Congresswoman, talk about the mass collection of phone data, which is one of the things that this legislation repeals. And I remember when Senator Rand Paul was trying to get the Supreme Court to consider the constitutionality of this. One of the arguments he made is that if you're collecting everybody's private data, you're not really focusing on people that are dangerous and the people that ostensibly the Patriot Act was intended to protect us from. Do you agree with that?
I absolutely agree with it, and I've worked with Senator Paul on a number of these kinds of related issues. The thing that kind of makes me scratch my head when people talk about why this mass collection is necessary is they say that in order to find the bad actors, the terrorists, they're like a needle in a haystack. And in order to find them, you have to create the haystack in order to find the needle. It's not even logical. It's not a logical argument. What to speak of the fact that even now multiple courts have ruled these programs to be illegal, as well as we know, unconstitutional. I remember when I woke up, I was relatively new in Congress when this program was first revealed, both to members of Congress and the public. And I was mind blown that our own government was collecting, had records of every single phone call I had made, who I had made it to, and when that phone call had been made. And no, I've got nothing to hide, but it is a gross violation of our privacy. And like Tom said, that this mass collection of information without probable cause and without a warrant directly undermines every one of us and our Fourth Amendment rights. I've heard from some people who just say, yeah, I don't care. I figure the government can see what we're doing anyway, and I got nothing to hide. That's all fine and dandy when people are in agreement with who's in government. But this is what I tell them. What happens when a president that you don't support gets elected? Or what happens when you have people in power who have views that are different from yours? Only then are you going to start caring about the decisions that this government is making. And this is the problem with the hyperpartisanship in Washington right now, which includes, which I think funnels the inability to make these changes. Is everything is fine as long as your party is the party in power, and then you flip out when the tables are turned, and you wonder, well, there is a double standard there. So this is why it's so critical, why Tom has been such a great friend, and I've really enjoyed working with him on these issues, is because they cannot be partisan. In order for us to take a stand for these freedoms, they have to withstand these partisan winds blowing from left to right and back and forth, so that, while Tom and I may agree on some issues and disagree on others, I know we will always stand up for each other's rights to speak freely on those issues, to debate freely, to be able to vote in the way that we believe is best for our country, and not allow any of our rights to be undermined. I think that's really that's really what gets to the heart of what we're trying to accomplish with this legislation.
Yeah. And by the way, Tulsi's promised to help me from the outside, because it's going to be lonely on the inside. Tulsi Gabbard and Justin Amash are two of the least partisan people that I've had the honor to work with. And they're both going to be gone on January 3rd. I'm sort of terrified, the prospect.
We'll be making lots of noise still,
okay.
I'm sure, both Justin and I.